No one in the room could explain why the world felt so chaotic, why plants, animals, and humans seemed connected, yet impossible to organize. In the early 1700s, nature wasn't neatly arranged in textbooks. It was wild, overwhelming, and deeply confusing. Forests teemed with unnamed life. Seas hid creatures no one could agree how to describe. Scholars argued endlessly, each using their own labels, their own systems, their own truths. Knowledge fractured faster than it grew. In Sweden, a young scholar walked through meadows and marshes with ink-stained fingers and a restless mind. Carl Linnaeus wasn't searching for beauty alone. He was searching for order. He believed that if nature followed rules, then those rules could be written down. But what if he was wrong? What if life itself resisted structure? By candlelight, Linnaeus filled notebooks with sketches and names. He studied petals, counted stamens, examined bones. Every detail mattered. Yet the more he learned, the more chaotic it seemed. Thousands of species, endless variations, no clear boundaries. The task felt impossible. Then came a radical idea, simple, almost dangerous in its clarity. What if every living thing had a first name and a last name? In 1735, Linnaeus published a book that quietly reshaped humanity's relationship with life itself. Instead of long, tangled descriptions, each species received two words, one to define its group, one to define its identity. Suddenly, confusion collapsed into clarity. The natural world snapped into focus. Plants were no longer just plants. Animals were no longer just beasts. They belonged to families, genera, species. Relationships emerged where chaos once ruled. A wolf stood closer to a dog than to a fox. A human, shockingly, stood within the same system as everything else. But this wasn't just science. It was philosophy. By placing humans inside the same framework as animals, Linnaeus quietly challenged the idea that we stood apart from nature. We were not observers looking in. We were participants, cataloged by the same rules as every leaf, claw, and wing. The backlash was swift. Critics accused him of arrogance, of oversimplifying creation, of playing God with names. Yet the system held, it spread, it endured. Explorers carried it across oceans. Scientists used it to communicate without confusion. Centuries later, it still shapes biology, medicine, and conservation. In a world drowning in complexity, Linnaeus proved something timeless. Order doesn't erase wonder, it reveals it. Because once you can name something, you can understand it. And once you understand it, you can protect it. If this story made you see the living world a little differently, take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. And tell us in the comments, what part of nature do you think still defies all attempts to be organized?